What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you guys for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another week of news, nerdetry, fun, and we're going to get into it on this show. I already know this one's going to be a banger because we're going to be laughing because we were already laughing. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. I am Jason the X. Lady over here, there. I always get this wrong. Anyway, there's Korra.
I smell like a dragon.
There's poop behind you. Watch out. And over there, there's Rick.
Hey,
And y'all, if you are not in the great state of Texas right now, be thankful because the heat is
woo!
It's supposed to be 104 tomorrow.
That is just disrespectful.
Yeah.
This is the heat that Ace Ventura felt inside that rhino. This is that heat Ace Ventura felt inside that rhino.
Yes. And of course, we are still doing a quarantine show, but you know, I have adapted. I've managed to cut my own hair somehow. Alcohol was involved. But yes, quarantine still sucks, but we'll get through it. I hope everybody out there is maintaining. But anyway, we got a lot of news this week, and let's go ahead and start off with some big news from DC. Rick, you want to start it off?
Woof. That was a massacre.
Hold up.
Oh.
I'm stupid. I'm dumb. Why am I? I'm trying to get into it, but let's kick it off with some super cool nerd news. If I could just get Korra to stop shaking her head disapprovingly.
Never. I'm very disappointed in you, Jason.
Rick, it's all you. Go for it.
Oh man, this was a massacre. It was bad. Last week, it wasn't last week, it was this week, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Monday, DC Comics and DC Universe was hit by major layoffs. The majority of the staff from the streaming service DC Universe has been laid off. They're gone. Vamoose, Shazam, as has editor-in-chief Bob Harris. He's gone. Senior VP of Publishing Strategy and Support Services Hank Canals is gone. VP of Marketing and Creative Services Jonah Whalen is gone. VP Global Publishing Initiatives and Digital Strategy Bobby Chase is gone. Senior Story Editor Brian Cunningham, Executive Director Mark Doyle, and who was the one who oversaw the rollout of the Black Label graphic novels. But funny enough, Jim Lee remains the CCO. Like I said, roughly 1/3 of DC's editorial ranks has been laid off. And like I said, most of the streaming service has been laid off as that part was kind of expected since DC has been, not necessarily DC, but Warner Media has been putting everything DC into HBO Max, which I get because 2 years ago, I think it was, when DC Universe came out, I was excited for it. Like, cool, I can get all my DC stuff, the comics, everything, and lost. They canceled Swamp Thing after an episode.
It failed.
And it had so much potential. It had so much potential.
To put this in perspective, we're talking 800 Warner Media staffers were laid off. That's approximately 650 Warner Brothers staff and 175 HBO staffers were let go. Yeah, and you're right. This does look like they are streamlining everything into HBO Max. So DC Universe is done, as far as I'm concerned. It's going to be going away.
So along with DC Universe probably most likely being done, DC Direct, the company's in-house merchandise and collectibles manufacturer, they've been shuttered. They're done. They're also done after 22 years.
And as a collector, oh boy, I'm disappointed in that one.
consumer products began taking a more active role in DC merchandising recently. Um, which is funny that all this has happened 2 weeks right before their DC fandom, which is set to showcase stars from DC films, TV, and comic book worlds. But yeah, a big, major shakeup right before a big, major event.
Now, a lot of people were like, "Oh, it must be the comics." No, this is company-wide, man. This is not just a comic book thing, okay? This was, and especially right now, I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see this many people losing their jobs like this, man. This was a bloody Monday, and
oh yeah,
I give DC sometimes unfair criticism. I'll admit that, but this is not what I want to see. I want to see improvement. I want to see things get better. I don't want to see them just shutter entire divisions. This is going to hurt people, and man, I wish everybody that got laid off the best, but it's also part of my criticism. I want them to do better so we don't have things like this happening. So, our hearts go. My heart goes out to everybody, and I hope they all land on their feet. These are not the best of times for something like this to happen.
Yeah, it's disheartening, but I don't know.
This goes beyond.
They dropped the ball big with the movies. I will admit that I know I'm a big fanboy about them. I know I probably like the movies more than I probably should just because of what they are. But
this goes beyond being a fanboy.
In reality, I know the movies aren't that great. The TV shows have been doing okay. The comics have been doing okay, but everything's been going on a downward trend. Even their animated movies, like with the recent change they did, wasn't really taken well. So we'll see what happens. But
I want to be clear. This goes beyond like fanboy criticisms and everything about who's best that we have. Okay, these are real people with real jobs, and that company needs to be successful for its employees. And this is disappointing. I hate something like this happening. I really do.
If only Bruce Wayne was real, he would have saved all this.
Oh, wait. All right. So, like I said, guys, I hope everybody just lands on their feet, and good luck to everybody. So, anyway, let's move forward. And stop me if you've heard this one. And I've got all my pictures up already again, so I messed up there. They're making another Tron movie. Apparently,
another one?
They're going to make a Tron movie, and Jared Leto will be in the starring role. And this is all been verified. I mean, they said, but it's one of those show me the money. But Jared Leto may have accidentally revealed what the name of the movie would be, which leads me to believe that this might actually be a thing. In a since-deleted tweet, he said, "I am very excited and proud to confirm that, yes, I will be starring in Tron Ares. We will work as hard as we possibly can to create something that I hope you all will love. We have some very special ideas in store for you all. See you in the grid." Now, that has been changed to drop the Ares. Now, was this a mistake on his part? Or did he accidentally just drop what the name of the movie is? But
he pulled a Tom Holland.
I want to see. Is this going to be what the next Tron movie is going to be? We will see. It seems like an honest mistake.
I think it was an honest mistake because, they have been putting out there that, hey, the reports were out there like, hey, he's going to be in Tron. And, usually when things like that, sometimes they do reveal the title of the movie. So I honestly think it was an honest mistake. Saying, hey, they put a press release that I was going to be in Tron. So then they probably put the title out there too. I would have thought, I would think so as well.
Well,
so,
you've been quiet. So.
He pulled the Mark Ruffalo. He pulled the Tom Holland.
Yeah, it's possible that he revealed the name, but it's one of those we'll have to wait and see.
I'm holding to it. I bet you this was it.
Now, what are the chances they change it?
No.
No?
All right, what else we got for, we've been kind of going into movies here, so what else we got? Well, we start off with a big headline. But we got anything else movie related? Yours is kind of
Tenet's being released in the UK next month. And then I saw a thing that AMC is opening up on August 20th, and they will be doing 50-cent movies for one day. 15.
That's cool.
Cent movies for one day. And they're all going to be classics like Empire Strikes Back, E.T., like older movies. And then no more newer movies will be $5 tickets, and then certain blockbusters, like I'm assuming Tenet, will still be a regular $10 ticket. But they're also doing cheaper concessions for a little bit. But and I know a couple other places are also opening up and showing films. But AMC opening up doing 15-cent movies, and I believe that is on the 22nd. Let me double check here.
I'm still not going. I do have a movie-related story that, just to end it off, and this is one that's just a long time coming, and I think everybody here would agree with it.
Yes, it is. It is the 20th, and they are doing 15-cent movies on the 20th. On one day.
It ain't worth getting the darkness, so, I'm good. I'm good from here. But if I can have a moment, there is a man. If I tell you some of the movies that he's been in, you'll know them. You'll know them. And he is not yet recognized. He has been in such movies as Blade Runner, Chinatown, Airplane, Big Trouble in Little China, Kung Fu Panda, Mulan. He is a voice actor, animated, television, movies. And someone has said that this man finally deserves his due. And that man is James Hall. After Daniel Day Kim is now sounding the bell, sounding the alarm, he wants James Hall to finally get his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Kim has launched a fundraiser on GoFundMe, and he's asked for $55,000. James Hong has been in everything. Look at the man's face. You have seen this man in all of the movies. You have heard his voice. And the fact that I found out that the man did not have a Hollywood star offends me. Offends me. Well, I do have some good news. That $55,000 has been reached, and James Hall will finally be getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Thank you, Daniel Day Kim, because this cinema icon definitely deserves it. And that's all I'm going to say.
Hell yeah!
Come on, man. This is a legend we're talking about here. How many? And still going. We're still hearing his voice on stuff. So, congratulations to the man, and also to Mr. Kim, just going out of his way to make sure that this happens. I appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure he'll have his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I think they should put his star over Trump's and just replace it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I keep smashing that thing, and they keep fixing it. Anyway, Korra, let's get into some video game news, actually. I want to hear.
Hey.
It's her obsession, but let's go for it.
All right, so as everyone knows, because I wouldn't shut up about it, 5.3 dropped on Tuesday, which is the new story update for Final Fantasy XIV Online. No spoilers, but it was a beautiful send-off to Shadowbringers, because with this patch it ends the Shadowbringer storyline and starts getting things ready for whatever the new expansion will be, and they handled it absolutely beautifully. They gave it a nice kind of ribbon, the way they handled certain story elements. The new dungeon is probably one of my favorites in the game. I can't again go into many details because it is very heavily spoiler laden, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's wonderfully done. I don't know why they have random anime waifu in here as a boss, but you know what? I'll take it. She hot. It's fine. The new trial, which is the thing that everyone was worried about, was not what anyone expected. Literally nobody called this. And it was great. I can tell y'all about it after the thing, since y'all aren't actively playing. But it It's good. It's very good. Trust me. As far as like some of the extra content goes, I did do the Near Automata raid, which is the shot you see here, because this is from all of us wiping
Is everyone
at a
taking a nap?
boss.
Is that,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
is that
I
a feature in the game that everybody takes a nap at the same time?
pretty much. It's called you wipe. You just die. I just kind of took a quick shot. It's a beautifully done one as well. This one was more of a let's put more near Automata mechanics into it, and so most of the fights were mostly mechanics and things from Near Automata, which for me, who's never played it, I was very confused and mostly running around screaming, trying not to die. As you can see, that went well for me. But it was so much fun. The music in it was beautifully done. And then the story that follows after, and like before and after, like that lead into it, is probably one of my favorites. It's again handled great. Everything in this expansion, and including its patches in terms of story, have been handled with such delicate care that each one has gotten progressively better.
So
I can't say I am. Oh, go on.
Were you conveniently sick on patch day?
I was not. I was good.
Come on,
I
you
did.
can see you got the darkness.
I did wake up early though, so I could update it on my PlayStation so that it was ready to go when I got home.
There you go. Good job.
Because the download did take 30 minutes because PlayStation. If you don't have a PlayStation though, you were able to at least download the patch the night before. You just wouldn't be able to log in until like I think Central Time it was like 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm still very mad about that because thought I would have it done and ready to go, and then I was going to get up early and play some. Nope, I got up early to download it. But it's really good. I want to talk more about it, but there's so many spoilers in there. Oh, one other thing. I haven't unlocked it yet, but there is a solo instance that involves a Gundam fight, essentially. You pilot a giant robot to fight another giant robot.
I mean, that's...
And someone has already gone in and made a mod for PC users that makes it a Gundam.
Yeah.
And I have never wanted a mod so bad. It looks so good. By the way, the cockpit inside, because they showed pictures of it, look like the cockpit from like Gundam Wing and like later installments. Yeah. Do you want to play again, Jason?
I mean, I need to go ahead and do that. It would help me train for my eventual theft of that one in Japan that can walk.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm going to prison for a long time. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to have me some fun.
We'll get you out.
All right, moving on some video game news. There is an epic war brewing, and that is between Apple, Google, and Epic Games. So here's the deal. When you make purchases in Fortnite, you make it with V-Bucks. You buy the V-Bucks through Apple and Google. Whereas when you buy that, Apple and Google get a 30% fee on that. Well, apparently, Epic wanted them to drop these prices a bit. The negotiations fell through, or they disagreed, so Epic says, hey, we'll just open up a store in-game where you can purchase your V-Bucks directly through us, cutting out Apple and Google. Now, as we know, Fortnite is a free-to-play game. Money is made through microtransactions. What happens when you cut out your distributor? That's right, Apple and Google have removed Fortnite from its store, I guess, temporarily. Oh, wait a minute. Fortnite is now blocked for Apple users.
Ooh. So even if you had it download?
Oh. Now, Epic has responded. They are filing a lawsuit, and they are saying, calling Apple a behemoth seeking to control markets, block competition, and stifle innovation. Now, let's face it, Epic has benefited from a lot of tools from Apple and Google with releasing their product. So, let's see, the company said it's not seeking monetary compensation or favorable treatment, but rather to allow fair competition in these two key markets that directly affect hundreds of millions of consumers and tens of thousands, if not more, of third-party app developers. Now, Apple has responded, said that Epic's direct payment feature was not reviewed or approved by Apple. Today, Epic Games took the unfortunate step of violating the App Store guidelines that are applied equally to every developer and designed to keep the store safe for our users. As a result, the Fortnite app has been removed from the store. Oh boy, this is not over by a long shot. Now, look, if you sell a product in a store, the store gets something.
Yeah.
You cannot cut them out completely. Do I agree with 30% of them getting 30% of the fees? Maybe not. I am not for I am not for big corporate entities like this. But you cannot cut them out completely. And you can't just do it and say, hey, we did it. So Apple and Google, sadly, and I gotta say this, are in the right.
You got one, Apple. You got one.
You got one out of me. Do you know how much this hurts to defend Apple and Google as big over a company like Epic that has made their money off of a product that they found that the market wants? Whether I agree with the game, they have made a success. But this was not the way to do this. It's one of those, you got too big for your britches.
Yep. They're trying to take on a behemoth of a monster.
And look, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but this was not the way to do it.
No, if you're going to do something like this, you got to make sure you're going to win. And there's no way they can win this.
I mean, you can still download this product from their own pages, but man, I would say it's one of those things, look, you've made your money, but you made it with the help of these companies as well. Okay? There's no denying that the distribution factor did not play some part of your success. Wow, I cannot believe they did this, and I can't believe I have to sit here and defend Apple and Google. This was sucks the most.
Hey, you be nice to our Apple overlords.
But that's where we're at right now. Lawsuits have been filed, feelings have been hurt, and words have been exchanged. We'll keep you up to date on how this goes, but opinions, guys. Rick, what do you think?
I mean, like you said, you can't sell something in a store and not expect the store to ask for something in return.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, with how popular Fortnite is, 30% is not that much, I think, because they've also got T-shirts and figures and videos, and it's a cultural phenomenon. Like, let them get their 30% or 25%. Work something out. But honestly, like Fortnite, you're making money hand over fist. So now you're cutting out 2 of your cash cows.
Yeah, I don't know what do you think? I'm amazed by all this.
It's one of those I never really thought about that before. But I've never played, I've played games with microtransactions before, obviously. We all have. But they've always been purchased through the app. I've never played one where I bought stuff from, the store. I think the closest exception is Final Fantasy has, their own stuff you can buy on the store that's considered money for the store. But that doesn't matter in this instance. Things as far as, phone stuff. So, it makes complete sense to me that they would charge some kind of handling fee for that, because it's their servers that are transferring the money or the in-game currency. It's their servers that are hosting it, and hell, their servers are hosting technically the game itself, because if I'm playing it on my phone, on my Samsung is, or Android is the server that it's on, basically. So if they're only asking you to pay them via these microtransactions, like a percentage of it. Huh, that's a good deal. What the fuck do you do? Oh.
And there's,
Like,
but and also, you know, I know they're putting it as to the consumer as guys. They're taking so much money. We're going to give you a better value. No, you can't do that guilt trip crap. This is business.
because like even with, because like maybe I just don't know the pricing on that because I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know what their microtransaction prices are. Yeah, they could have wanted to lower their prices and in the exchange also lower like the percentage that Apple/Samsung got.
Mm-hmm.
But the consumer would not see that change really. Like if I were playing a game and I paid $5 to get like 100 currency bucks.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
Regardless,
it's like you're not passing any savings along to the user. Okay?
Exactly.
That's bullcrap. Okay. Ooh, I don't know, and I guess we'll see because the lawsuits are out there now. So.
Man.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, what kind of hit do you think Fortnite will take if they lose?
Not much, because like I said, they're putting it like to their users, guys. They're charging us, but you know it's because we want to bring stuff to you. It has nothing to do with your users. This has absolutely nothing. This money is taken off of the back end. It's not taken up front.
Well, no, like it's not. I'm not worried.
They were offering a 20% discount in their store. Sorry, so they were only taking 10%.
So, oh, well then.
Yeah, so yeah,
that's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I'm not worried about users per se. I'm worried about the concern is like Apple and Samsung are probably going to countersue, and that price tag.
I'm curious. I want to see where this battle is leading because it's not going to be good. Anyway,
worst case scenario is Apple ends up buying Fortnite.
Oh God!
Because you know they can.
Either one of these companies could. So
that's the worst case. So Epic needs to realize this. Like, you're taking on two companies that have more or less unlimited funds, and if they try to sue and then they get countersued, they don't have that much money. They're just it's.
Oh, go ahead.
That's it. Like, they better settle something quick because this will not end well for Fortnite, or at least Epic.
My favorite thing about this, just real quick, is like they're framing it like they're David and Goliath, like they're the David going after Goliath, which is like the Samsung and Apple giants. And really, what it is more like is a yappy little chihuahua yapping at, or like going off on some dude that just could punt it into the field and has chosen not to out of just human decency of animals.
It's like, oh, look, it's so cute. It's trying to sue us.
Believable.
We're just going to pet it and then we're going to punt it.
So we'll be watching this one. Anyway, let's move on to some TV news and some rather disappointing news from this week. Rick, give it to us, man.
So we got a letter from Michael Dante DiMartino. I believe it was yesterday. If that name doesn't sound familiar, I'm going to familiarize you with it real quick. Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko were the co-creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And they were involved very heavily with the Netflix live-action series that they were going to do. But no longer. DiMartino yesterday wrote a letter, like I said, and posted it on his website and on Facebook and other social media platforms. It said, many of you have been asking me for updates about Avatar live-action Netflix series. I can finally tell you that I am no longer involved with the project. In June of this year, after 2 years of development work, Brian Konietzko and I made the difficult decision to leave the production. He went on to say that when him and Konietzko first signed on, Netflix was committed to work with them on their vision for the show. And I quote, "Unfortunately, things do not go as we had hoped. Look, things happen, productions are challenging, unforeseen events arise, plans have to change, and when those things have happened at other points during my career, I try to be like an air nomad and adapt. I do my best to go with the flow, no matter what obstacle is put in my way. But even an air nomad knows when it's time to cut their losses and move on." He has told fans that he is still involved with the Avatar universe, which the series has gotten a lot more. It's gotten more. I would say like because the fandom never really died, but it's gotten more interest again since it came onto Netflix. Not everyone's been binge watching it, and then we've got Legend of Korra joining Netflix next week as well. So that's going to be coming on. And I continue with his quote. "And who knows? Netflix live-action adaptation of Avatar has the potential to be good. It might turn out to be a show many of you end up enjoying, but what I can be certain about is whatever version ends up on screen, it will not be what Brian and I had envisioned or intend to make." And he closed his letter with a quote from one of everyone's favorite character, Uncle Iroh. "Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel. But if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place." So, yeah.
This is
The co-creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender are no longer involved with the Netflix live-action adaptation. So there's that.
I encourage everyone to go over to his Facebook page and read some of the comments. This is disappointing, man.
Yeah.
To see two creators and people were excited for this. We, like, hey, we're going to get a good live action Avatar. The creators are Korra. I
don't think it's a lost hope. 'Cause I will be completely honest. I was not a big fan of Korra.
Okay.
It was just a personal preference of mine. I didn't like some of the characterizations. I felt like it was kind of handled weird. But I know that's a very not shared opinion, as I've noticed. I can appreciate like a lot of stuff about it. Like I can appreciate the animation, but
Yeah.
story and character-wise, it wasn't my thing, and they were heavily involved with that. But then also they were heavily involved with the original Avatar, obviously. But we have to remember, a friend of mine pointed this out as well, that just because they're not involved doesn't mean that it's going to go to shit. Because other writers were involved with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
right.
And so we have to put our faith in those writers. And just because it's not what they envisioned doesn't mean automatically that it's a bad thing. It's very possible that maybe the direction they wanted to take would not have been a good one, or who knows what. We won't ever know the full what they wanted unless they pull a J.K. Rowling and start posting meta
Oh, no,
afterwards,
please.
which
No.
I hope they never do that. Please don't do that, guys. That's awful.
Like you said, there's still hope for this because they're still moving forward with the show. Nickelodeon is still heavily involved, and so is Dan Lin and his production company called Right Back. Now, for those that don't know who Dan Lin is, he's an executive producer, and some of the things him and his company have produced have been the Lego Movie, Sherlock Holmes, The Game of Shadows, Lego Batman movie, It, the live-action Aladdin. There we go. Almost said Aladdin. Aladdin and It Chapter 2. So he's got some big movies under him. And he's still involved with the show. So there's still hope for that.
It's still disappointing to see them depart like this, though. So
Yeah, it's still sad.
anyway, we're hoping for the best. I mean, nobody wants a pile of crap. Everyone wants to enjoy their things. So
Nobody wants a. As long as they don't bring in M. Night Shyamalan. I'm okay.
no one wants that.
I would point out more the producers on that. There was a lot of stuff he wanted to add in the producer's cut. So I'm willing to give Shyamalan the benefit of the doubt on his movies. I will always be on that stance. They're not good movies. They are not good movies.
I enjoyed Signs.
Well, I'm talking about with Avatar.
Oh, the Avatar. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, like not a good movie.
I still haven't seen it. I've been told not to watch it.
I got like 5 minutes in and went, nope, and turned it off. But I know there was a lot of stuff he wanted to add, and the producers made him cut it because they didn't know the source material.
Yeah.
Because he's a big fanboy of the source material, so it seemed weird that the movie was bad. To me, anyway.
Maybe I'll get a bottle of something and just try to watch it.
Well,
I'll
Play
live
the
stream
mustache
it.
game.
I'll live stream it.
well, moving away from that because there are some good news. Well, there is some good news on the Netflix front. Korra, give me some awards.
Yes, and this will actually. So, if you are like Jason and I, you woke up early every morning to try to catch Zoids on TV. At least I did. I don't know about you, Jason. Actually,
oh yeah,
I
that's when it was on. That's when I had to get up.
And we really only got 2 good Zoid series. We got New Century Zero and I can never remember what the original series was called. Mostly,
Zoids?
yeah, because New Century Zero and then it was Zoid's Chaotic Century.
Oh, okay.
Chaotic Century. We also got Zoid's Fusers, but we don't talk about that show because it was not good. Toys were great. Show was not good. But announced a couple years ago, we were told that we were getting a new series, Zoid's Wild. But it wasn't available on most streaming services to be seen until now. Zoid's Wild is going to be coming to Netflix. So if you were unable to see that first season of the show, you will finally get the chance to do that. And it's going to be on Netflix, according to this article, tomorrow.
Ooh. Tomorrow? What?
Yeah, Friday.
Oh,
Mañana.
Yeah.
sweet. I love Zoids. I don't know about this series, but I'm willing to give it a chance. Just gotta love Zoids. So
Yeah, like I have my hangups on it, but it's from why are they riding on the outside of the robot? That's dangerous.
yeah, there's no
That's my-
protection there. There's no.
And if these are, I don't know how like tall or old these characters are, but if they're 10, like they look, these are tiny robots, and I don't appreciate that. The thing that made Zoids great were these gigantic robots that you were just like this little tiny thing inside.
Well, children in anime just want to get hurt, man. I tell you. Like, let's think about Ash Ketchum for a little bit. His mom just let him just go. Like,
At
just
10
gone.
years old. Yeah.
Gone from the house. Just gone with an electric rat.
That didn't like him. Let's not forget the fact that Pikachu did not like him.
Why is he not in school? Huh? Where's the truancy officers in the Pokemon world? Anyway, but we're letting 10-year-olds ride on the outside of large metallic creatures that battle each other. Boy, anime is weird sometimes.
It's great.
Like, if
I
any
love
one of my children walked up in here and said, Dad, there's a 10-foot robotic cat outside. I'm about to go ride it and fight somebody else. I'd be like, get your ass in the house. I'll go do it.
You got to make sure it's safe, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, cool. New Zoid series on Netflix. I'm all excited about that one.
See, and real quick, because it ties in really, really nicely, we're getting another anime on a streaming service as well.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yep. We talked about this briefly before when it was first announced,
Mhm.
but Jujutsu Kaisen, one of the new horror anime coming out, will be coming to Crunchyroll in October. So we will be getting to stream that on Crunchyroll, I believe simulcasting with Japan.
man,
It will be on, it's from the anime studio of MAPPA. And Yeah, it'll be showed on. I'm assuming these are the Japanese versions of them, MBS and TBS, and their affiliates, starting in October.
Oh.
They also have a new
creeps me
trailer.
out,
Oh.
man.
It looks so good. I highly recommend going to Crunchyroll's official YouTube page after the show and checking out the trailer because
Like, is this H.R. Geiger's like illegitimate kid or something, man? Because it's truly creepy and unsettling. I like it.
I'm so excited for this.
I knew nothing about it until you brought it up on the show, and I'm like, whoa, okay. Unsettling to look at. Yeah, I'll watch this.
It looks like it'll be a little bit visually easier to look at than Parasite was. Because, oh man. I mean the anime Parasite, by the way, for everyone. Because it's way different than the movie.
Yeah.
I don't do body horror well. When someone's hand just turns into eye stalks, ooh, don't like it. Ooh. Okay,
So,
I'm done.
I do want to bring something up because you guys mentioned fighting here a second ago. And we talked this about briefly before the show. Well, not too briefly. Jason, do you want to tell us who wants to fight who?
Oh, man. Okay.
I want to talk about
I'm going
this
right from here
a
on
little bit,
this
'cause
one.
this is great.
So, popular social media star, Logan Paul. Let's go to that image. Yes, that guy right there. That guy. Look at him. Now, Logan Paul,
Funny at it?
I did a full shot of Logan Paul because of this story. So, for some reason, now he has recently entered the boxing world, boxing another YouTuber in an amateur fight that, as a boxer, wow, as a guy that's boxed, it was quite the thing. But the 25-year-old has tweeted out now $10,000 to any influencer who can beat me in a wrestling match. Now, Jake Paul is a professional wrestler. Well, he did it in high school. And
Wait,
I
Jake
believe
Paul or
he is
Logan
a
Paul?
state champion. But basically, just out of nowhere, wants to challenge somebody for $10,000, anyone who can beat me. Now,
Wait,
let's go-
Jason.
What?
Logan Paul or Jake Paul?
No, Logan Paul.
Okay, you said Jake Paul.
Oh, I said Jake Paul. I'm sorry. Whatever. They all look alike. Yeah, I said it.
I mean, they do.
Anyway,
They're brothers, so yeah. Anyways,
needless to
Logan
say,
Paul.
a number of people have stepped up to accept this $10,000 challenge. So let me go through a list of a few of them. Dylan Dennis, who is Conor McGregor's training partner, has said,
Ooh.
I'll give you $1 million if you can beat me. Elijah Burke, if you remember TNA, Pope D'Angelo
Yeah.
De Niro, I'll put $15,000 against you, wrestling or boxing. MMA fighter Mike Davis, $10,000 to wrestle? Send me the location. Needless to
But
say,
there's-
a bunch of people have stepped up to want to kick Logan Paul's natural lily white ass. I'm going to say it like that. But the most alarming person that has stepped up to fight this dude here is this dude.
Oh God.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you
Oh,
do not
God.
know the man that I have put on the screen, this is ECW legend, New Jack. New Jack's exact words, and excuse me, I'll kill this motherfucker. Okay.
He would too.
Here's what this is. This is no longer a joke. New Jack will stab Logan Paul at some point.
With anything.
Do I hate Logan Paul enough to want to see him get brutalized by New Jack, which I can't even, words fail me with what exactly we would see. But yes.
Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna tell you guys a couple of things that New Jack is known for. For those that don't know,
Go ahead.
so New Jack had an issue with this one wrestler that nearly killed New Jack by accident one time. So they were in a scaffold match. So they were above the ring, like 20, 30 feet off the ring on these scaffolds. And New Jack legit threw him off and legit tried to kill him. New Jack wrestled this other guy who was known to be impervious to pain. This man was 72 years old.
That was
And
Gypsy
New
Joe.
Jack was hitting him as hard as he could, and the guy was not selling it. So what does New Jack do? He takes an aluminum baseball bat and beats the shit out of him.
So
New Jack wrestled this kid and nearly killed him in the ring because he cut him too deep, trying to give him a little gig on the forehead. New Jack legit stabbed a man in a match. There's a video of this. Him stabbing him.
and somebody didn't go to
over
jail.
in the back. This is New Jack. Like Jason said,
I want to put you like
he
this.
would kill this motherfucker.
Korra is a casual wrestling fan, and we have told her the madness that is New Jack. And I love the look on her face. We told her when she connected the name with the man. So I'm gonna put this out there because I know he's gonna challenge something. Who knows who's gonna accept? But I'm gonna take the camera real quick. Logan, look at me. Do not
No.
go after New Jack. Do not accept this challenge. I'm not gonna call you a bitch. Don't do it. Because if New Jack came in here right now and said, I'm here to fight you, Jason, I would shoot New Jack. I ain't fighting New Jack.
That's not gonna stop him.
That'll just make him
I'm
stronger.
going to try, okay? I'm not squaring off with New Jack. I'm just not. There's a fight, there's a fair fight, and then there's fighting New Jack. Well, there is no fair fight. He tased a man and then threw him off of scaffolding. And brags about, oh my God, no, just Logan Paul. Do not do it. I know this wrestler right now. I hate Logan Paul. Let this happen. I don't know if I dislike him this much.
Now, Logan Paul, now listen to what I'm about to say.
Go ahead, I'll give it to you.
Don't be a little bitch. Take on New Jack. You can take on anyone else in the world. But if you take on New Jack and you win, you will be known forever. Your legend will never die.
That's the thing.
You might.
He won't win. He won't.
But your legend is like, oh yeah, there's Logan Paul buried right there.
I mean,
Dumbass took on New Jack.
What he said when he accepted is exactly what he would do. Do not do this. Look, I don't dislike Logan Paul that much.
I would pay $50
No.
pay-per-view to watch this.
New Jack is like $10K? Okay. Anyway, so I wish Logan Paul all the best, and I'm sure whoever he fights will give him not what he would experience for New Jack. So yeah, that's fine.
Come on, New Jack. Come on, Logan Paul.
No. This doesn't need to happen. It's just wow. Like it's the last person you want to hear that you just talk some shit. So yeah, good luck, Logan. I hope whatever happens isn't that bad. But take our advice. Take my advice. Don't take Rick's advice. Rick is giving bad advice here.
Don't be a little bitch.
Cora's in the corner just like, I'll watch this happen.
You know, look, I like watching wrestling as much as the next person. Like, I love watching that kind of stuff. And, like, there's some of, like, the more hardcore, like, where they have, like, the props and stuff that I'll watch. I don't want to watch New Jack at all, ever. Like, you showed me Dark Side of the Ring, and I was very uncomfortable the entire time.
You should be.
Like, just looking at him talk, like, just him sitting there talking was enough to make me go, I am in danger. I'm not even in the same room. And then watching how he gleefully and unremorsefully talked about, like, almost murdering people. No, thank you. I don't want that.
I'm not even gonna pay to see that.
No.
It seems like if I paid to watch that, I become an accessory to murder. I feel like I would be subpoenaed later on. Like, you saw this happen. I didn't see shit. Anyway, good luck, Logan. You done made your bed. Somebody's about to put you to sleep now. So, okay, what else do we have?
I got an awesome story that I'm actually baffled by this kind of.
Okay.
It's been 15 years since Twilight came to the masses. Back in 2005, Stephanie Meyer made her debut with the novel Twilight. Now, for those that don't know, and I'll be surprised if you don't know, it is a novel about this girl who moves from Arizona to Two Forks up in Washington State, and she meets a boy who's 108 years old and is a vampire. This book spawned 3 sequels plus a total of 5 movies. They've split the last book in half.
Good God.
So the Twilight books are told in the point of view of Bella, who's the main character of the books and the movies, and told of her romance of Edward and werewolf Jacob Black. And at one point, Stephanie Meyer was writing another novel called Midnight Sun, which was the story of Twilight told from the point of view of Edward. Well, this was supposed to come out in 2008, but some of the transcripts that she had, which was about 9 chapters at that point, leaked by accident. And she was very disheartened, rightfully so, and she put the book on hold and said, I might never finish this. I might wait till people forget about it. Well, 15 years later, we finally have this book. And it sold over 1 million copies worldwide. This book, I'm not kidding you, this book sold out. Barnes & Noble did not have it. Not online, not in stores. Target didn't have it online or in stores. Walmart didn't have it online or in stores. This book legit sold out. Like, I had friends had trouble finding this book. I got a copy. I bought it on the first day it came out. I'm like, you know what? I'm a completionist. I want to see how much of a train wreck this will be. It's a fun train wreck. But this book, it is #1 in the U.S., in the United Kingdom, in Brazil, Holland, Germany. It is #2 in France. And yeah, 15 years after the first book, 8 years after the last movie, and people are still crazy about Twilight.
I'm going to, Korra, before you do this, I'm going to issue a challenge to you and me.
You and me, or you and Korra?
No, me and Korra. Let's say something nice. Come on. I'll start. I'm glad people are reading. Come on, Korra. Something nice. Something nice. Come on.
The cover looks good.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Jason, I know you haven't read these books. Korra, did you ever read these books?
No. I read 2 chapters of the first one.
You read more than I did. I read 2 pages.
And mind you, this was
aided the writing.
This was like I think I told y'all. Overseas, we get a box of books a month, and this unfortunately was the one I grabbed. And that box gets torn apart like piranha because we're that bored. And when you get a book, that's it. You get one. If you're lucky, you got that one. And I tried. Damn it, I tried. I ended up being able to trade it for something else, but oh boy.
Well, here, let me give you little numbers. Let me give you a little bit of numbers here. So the books have sold more than 100 million copies worldwide since they came out. The movies, Twilight grossed 393.6 million. New Moon, which is the second one, did 709.7 million. So it almost doubled.
Hey man, just because something makes money does not mean it's good. Hence, that's why we keep getting Fast and Furious movies.
They're great.
That makes up for me having to say something nice about Stephanie Meyer's book.
But you know what? Congratulations to you, Stephanie Myers. 15 years after your first book, 12 years after your transcripts were leaked, you brought this book out. You've sold out everywhere. Congratulations. I'm proud of you for finishing this book. And yes, some people might not like it. People might not like your writing, but that's okay. Not all writing styles are for everybody. But honestly, like Jason said, people are reading, which is great. And you're not a homophobic, anti-trans writer either. So congratulations.
That we know of right now.
After seeing Korra's pained face when I forced her to say something nice, it's like I truly regret that we don't have shows in studio anymore.
I can say one thing nice about the books as a whole.
Okay.
Jacob was one of the only good characters, and then she ruined him. I can't even keep it nice through the whole comment.
You went like 75% on that one, and then had to the last part of the sentence had to dog it. Damn it.
From my understanding, she had to make Jacob unlikable because Edward was supposed to be the love interest, and nobody liked him. Jacob seemed a better match because he wasn't an asshole.
Come on, it's low hanging fruit. I could have a 2-hour show me bang about Stephanie Myers in the Twilight universe, but I instead challenged myself and Korra to be better people, and I think we accomplished it. Well, I accomplished it more because I am.
I'll give you guys a props. This, you guys did like you said, people are reading more. Yes, and the cover is nice. Yes.
All right, Korra, we got some anime news for this week.
Yes. From the same studio, actually, we were talking about earlier, MAPPA, who did Yuri on Ice and Zombieland Saga, they are teaming up for a new anime called Taiso Samurai, which is going to be a gymnastics anime. I am so very pumped.
I like the art.
The art, like the style looks very old meets new in terms of it designs and animation, which I love it because it has like the big hair of like the 90s, but it has a lot of the same facial features and kind of anatomy that they use now in modern anime.
You know what
so it's like a nice blend.
This reminds me of Robotech.
Ooh, you're right.
It's that background and that artwork of the character. Ooh. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. The anime is going to be reuniting, and these are the people from MAPPA that are going to be working on it. Hisatoshi Shimizu, who did Zombieland. He directed Zombieland Saga, and he was the episode director for Eureka 7.
Oh.
Series script supervisor Shigeru Murakoshi, who was also Zombieland Saga and Dororo. And character designer Kasumi Fukagawa, who was for Zombieland Saga and Idolish 7, which I'm very familiar with Idolish 7. The character designs in that are, and like character design costume designs, A+, so I'm really excited to see what she brings.
That's a good team.
With here. Yeah, it's a fantastic team, and the story sounds really good too, because it's not going to be like your typical like perky high school boy that just wants to be on the gymnastics team and go to the Olympics or something. It takes place in 2002, and this guy's already a member of the Japanese men's gymnastics team. But no matter how much he trains, even though he's training day after day strenuously, he's not able to perform at his usual level. So at the advice of his coach, he's looking to retire. But there's an encounter that alters his choice, and that's all we're really given. We have for our main cast, we have Daisuke Namikawa for our main character. We have Kensho Ono, Yuki Kaiji, Kenyu Horiuchi, and Rina Honizumi. We have some other people on the staff as well. Unfortunately, I don't recognize a lot of their names. They don't have kind of credits they've worked on. But this is actually going to be premiering in Japan on October 10th. It's going to be on Asahi's new Numation. How do I pronounce it? Numation block, which is something that's kind of playing later at night. There's actually also going to be a women's mountain climbing anime as well.
Ooh.
That's going to be showing on that, which I'm super excited for because it looks like it's like competitive mountain climbing, so it's like the indoor climbing studios.
Well, we all know that the girl gymnastics has a dark underbelly, so you know.
Oh yeah, like I'm really excited to see where they're going to go with this and like how the story unfolds. Like this has my attention a little bit more than like Yuri on Ice did. As great as Yuri on Ice is, I won't say anything negative about it because it's a great show, but this has my attention. Like I'm really interested. I like it when sports anime don't go typical routes, kind of like with I Shield 21. You have a very reluctant main character.
That's a unique story.
Even though he's good, he's reluctant. I like stories like Haikyuu where you have an overly ambitious character as your main, but stuff like this where it's different, it kind of gives new life to the genre of sports anime. That's the good stuff. You have someone who's already at the top of his game, but now he's kind of screwing it up, like something's wrong. And to see what will make that change and either get him back on his feet, or maybe he accepts that he'll have to be a coach or something instead of continuing to do gymnastics like he wants. We don't know. It'll be really fun to see how that unfolds.
It's got my attention. I'll wait to see.
I'm hoping that we'll get some more news later and maybe it'll be simulcast on Crunchyroll or something. And so therefore I can, watch my horror anime and then palate cleanse myself with gymnastics.
Definitely a palate. I'm scared of that one. I got one quick one before we go. And you may have seen this story on social media, but people were receiving seeds in the mail from China. Ooh! Now, of course, the FDA did go out and say, look, if you receive one of these packages, do not plant them. And everyone was wondering, like, what's up with this story? Why are we getting these mysterious seeds, and why can't we plant them? Well, I was hoping that Audrey 2 would pop up and start eating some people, and, the USDA has identified what these nefarious seeds were. Now, I hope you're ready. But they have identified that it was, hang on, it was one, mustard, cabbage, morning glory, mint, sage, rosemary, and lavender, and also some hibiscus and roses. Apparently, this was part of what they call a brushing scam, where people receive unsolicited items from a seller who then posts false customer reviews to boost the sales of them. There was nothing nefarious. They were really just seeds of flowers, vegetables, and fruit. So don't worry, it's not the evil shadow of China ready to invade us with fruits and vegetables and flowers. They were just that. Nothing. And so there you go. So everybody stop worrying, stop posting those damn pictures. It's just somebody trying to say, our product is very good. That's it.
I will say, like, one of the responses I saw when that was first a thing was a bunch of people from Texas talking about putting stickers in an envelope and said, you know what stickers are, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like putting that on your socks and everything.
Yeah, like the really spiky ones that if you,
Sticky burrs.
Yeah, I just call them stickers. Basically, the pain and the one thing that you can't get rid of no matter what you do unless you're using fire, and even then, maybe not that effective. Putting those in an envelope and sending those to China.
That's just wrong.
It is. But you know what? If they were nefarious, if they did turn out to be nefarious seeds, fair trade.
It's just so I know the product, trying to get reviews or something. So anyway, guys, that is our show this week. Thank you for joining us, Korra. Rick, thanks for coming along. And next week, we hope to have Bryce back, as he is off taking care of business. Yeah.
Taking care of business.
Working overtime.
So anyway, that is our show. Make sure you go to facebook.com/SCNS Live and like our page over there. Follow us at SCNS Live on Instagram and Twitter. But if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me at JasonTheX on Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me on Instagram on the Nerdy Rick 89. I'm doing a 366 day challenge. Today was day 226, I believe it was. I posted a picture of candy corn because I love candy corn. It's delicious. If you don't like it, well, there's a special place in hell for you. So there's that. And shout out to my friend.
Down boy.
And special shout out to my friend Mariah. You're awesome.
Oh yeah, it's my turn, right? You can find me on Instagram and Twitter for art-related things at Korodono Art. In addition to that, you can also get updates on the Aiden Chronicles Kickstarter on my Twitter in particular. They are almost at 3 million. So about what I thought, this is probably going to peter at 4 million. But it's good. It's all good. We're hoping that once we hit that 3 million mark, we'll get the bathhouse, which is what it's looking like. It was always a staple of Suikoden, so that'd be nice. Please have that. But if you want to follow me for Final Fantasy specific related news, you can follow me on Twitter at chaotic_noodle. Don't worry, I'm not posting spoilers for like 2 weeks.
All right. Well, like this video and subscribe. And until next time, guys, as we always say around here, keep on nerding.
Nerd.
You Jack, kill him.
No.